This is Leah Weathersby with Amazon.com, and I'm talking with Curious George's friend, the man in the yellow hat. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Absolutely.
For fans who may not have tuned in to Curious George on PBS Kids from the beginning, can you tell us a little bit about how you and Curious George first met and how he came to live with you?
Well, I was just walking along in the woods, and there he was. Not that you can meet monkeys in any woods, but this was in Africa, because I'm an archaeologist. Anyway, there I was, walking in the woods, and George, he took a liking to me right away. Well, actually, he took a liking to my hat. But once he saw me under it, he liked me too, and I liked him. But then I had to come home, so I sure hated to leave the little guy behind, but it turned out I didn't have to, because George stowed away and followed me home, and boy, am I glad.
What's the worst thing and the best thing about having a monkey as a roommate?
Worst and best thing, huh? Let's see. There was the time George let Bill's bunnies out of the cage, and the time his toys got stuck in the tub drain when he ended up giving the whole apartment a bath, and the time he lost the snake in our building, but I can't think of anything bad. It's all been great.
Your new special is called A Very Monkey Christmas. Can you tell us a bit about the story?
Yes, it takes place at Christmas. George is crazy for Christmas, but the trouble is he thinks every day is Christmas. He can't keep track. So we make a chart with the 12 days to see day, and we mark them off and do lots of fun Christmassy stuff in between. It gets a little hairy because we can't decide what kind of present to get each other, but watch and see if we figure that one out.
Can George count the 12 days of Christmas?
Oh, yeah, just not always in the right order. That's why it's good to have a chart. It also helps to have a lot of things to keep a monkey busy while you're doing the big countdown, like writing Christmas cards and singing carols and going out with friends. Oh, and putting on a Christmas show. Wait till you see George. He plays drums and dances and hums. He's incredible.
That sounds like fun. What qualities does it take to be best friends with George?
A little curiosity, a lot of patience, and talent for buttering corn on the cob with your toes.
Where did you get your yellow hat you've become so famous for? I've also always wondered why yellow, and why is the man in the yellow hat your name?
Oh, my name isn't the man with the yellow hat. That's just what people call me because, well, I've got this big yellow hat. But who doesn't like yellow? It's so bright and cheerful. It kind of makes you happy just to look at it, doesn't it? Now, my dad wore a blue hat, and Grandpa wore a red hat, so I guess it was only natural me wearing a yellow hat. We're just one big, happy primary color hat family.
How did George become Curious George, and what makes him so curious?
Hey, if you've got it, you've got it. And George has got it. He's always inspecting and learning and taking things apart and figuring out how to put them together again and unwrapping wallpaper and putting turtles in tubs and losing dachshunds and roller skates and it's just all so great. I mean, the way he loves to solve problems. I just kept saying, you are so curious, George. So pretty soon he just became Curious George.
But sometimes investigation can get you into hot water, like when you and George should go shopping for Christmas trees. What do you think about that?
Well, it's like I always say. You can't pick out a perfect Christmas tree without knocking all the other trees over, too. At least, that's what I always say now.
The Curious George TV series is on PBS, and it's also an Emmy winner for Best Children's Animated Program. How does that make you guys feel?
Oh, are you kidding? We just went ape. I mean, how terrific is that? That other kids can learn new things along with George and have fun while they're doing it? It really makes us proud. We're just having a good time and are happy we can share it.
Why do you think everyone loves Curious George? They can't seem to get enough of him.
Well, he is pretty cute. But aside from that, I think when you meet someone who's bright-eyed and sweet and, well, curious about everything, it kind of rubs off on you. Before you know it, you see the world that way, too. Life becomes exciting and interesting and fun, and you just got to love that. So you got to love George, too.
Well, congratulations on Curious George, A Very Monkey Christmas. And thank you so much for talking with us.
Oh, absolutely. You bet.